we, it's good and we're backstage and nobody's hearing us.
Well, I wanted to say thank you too, Amanda, for listening over and over. I mean, that means a lot to me. And
Well, like good music is everywhere, but amazing music, it doesn't fall in your lap like it did for me every day. And I'm grateful that you make that kind of music. So thank you.
oh, my pleasure.
So,
Thank you.
like, musicians like you make my job all the more fun and possible because, I get to explore the interesting things that you guys are up to. And sometimes you let me in on shows, or I get to hear music before other people. And you can hear the passion in how you write and the way that your music is composed, who you write about, the things you write about.
Well, I
So,
gotta say, you get it. You do. You get it, and you get me, and you get my music, and it seems to be some people seem to. It sometimes it takes some people longer than others, but you definitely get it, man, and no question. And I'm a storyteller, and that's what my music is. It's about telling my story and my journey, and I put it in this song.
yeah, yeah, I can completely um, I can completely identify with that, especially being a writer myself. You know,
Thank
I'm trying to find where the comments are so that I can kind of pay attention to them while. Oh, I think I found them. I think it's been a while since I've done this,
you.
So, but no, I can definitely identify with that. You just have a natural talent for it. And I think that's something that those of us that have these natural talents, that's kind of like the connection for us. That's what makes us get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Uh,
So
Thank you
so
so much.
oh, no problem at all. Obviously I'm overexcited to be talking to you because I'm like, let's jump into this now. So, um you know what? We might as well just get this part right on the table. I know you don't want to say too much about it, but you have an album coming out, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Well,
It's called California Way, and I'm planning on releasing that in the fall. I'm uh,
sweet.
I'm excited about it because of the talent that's on it, and the people that were involved in creating it. And I have shared it with a few people, you being one of them. I've sent a private link, and you're digging it. Everybody really has the feedback's been really positive with this album, and I'm going to do 2 videos in the summertime,
Sweet.
and then I'm going to release it and hopefully go on tour.
That'd be amazing. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. I certainly will be there.
Oh,
Definitely.
thank you.
So
Yeah. Well,
that's awesome.
I'd like to start off at the Alma Combo. So
I'll be there.
yeah,
That's one of my favorite spots. I'll
it's
be there.
it's going to be great.
So that should be a party for sure.
Definitely.
So right
And
on.
I haven't played in a while. So but like I'm like ready to go. I'm like two
Yeah.
years. Everybody's locked down for 2 years. Like more than ready to go.
Yeah.
So once it's wide open, for sure, wide open. Like the planning stages have already started, but everybody's a little hesitant. With the sixth
Hmm.
wave or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. At this point, we just need surfboards, and it doesn't matter where we live. I know, terrible pun, but like I'm grasping at straws for jokes about this now because
I
we've been
know.
going through this for 2 years.
I know. So
So
I'm anxious to perform live. Definitely.
yeah, I bet it's I don't know. I did a show. I went to see the Vaudevillian a couple of weeks ago. They're out of Hamilton.
Right.
Oh my! It felt like home. It felt like walking into home and sitting down and just being where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I think I think it doesn't matter what side of the stage. Now, maybe it's a little bit different for you, being the one being on stage and being the performer. But I know that from my side of the industry, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter where the venue is. Anytime I walk into somewhere with live music, it's like walking into my own door. It's like walking into home. The music just kind of grabs you,
Yeah,
you
and
know?
that's how I want it to be at my show, and I purposely haven't done any live stream shows,
That's
unplugged
right.
shows or anything. I haven't done any shows at all because it my music is rock and roll in your face,
Yeah.
and I want everybody to just be blown away when they see me next. The next time I perform will be the first time in quite a while, but
Yeah.
it'll be something that they haven't seen in a while. Believe me, it's going to be unbelievable.
Can't wait.
I promise you
Can't wait for it. Can't wait for it. I'm so
that.
excited. I really am. I have um I have tickets to a meal in the Sniffers in May. They're a British punk band. They're absolutely amazing. Um I can't wait to be front row again,
I
you
know
know?
it's electricity that flows through the air. Like it's the vibe, it's the whole thing, and like man, take a teenager or someone in their 20s with you, so they get the vibe, they get the electricity. Because I don't know those younger kids, the youth. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's a different vibe. I don't know if they know about live music that much, and I think they need to.
Oh, it's definitely something that should be a part of everybody's life. And it doesn't matter what kind of show you experience. I think just the experience of having the live music hit you, it is definitely something that everybody should experience at least once in their lives. And I know for me, like, um, again, maybe for you, different, but when I know the musician, there's that much more electricity than there is if I don't know the musician on stage.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
know we all have a connection to musicians, whether we know them or not, but it's just that much more full and that much more electric when you do know them. Do you find
Yeah.
the same thing when you're in the crowd watching musicians, watching different
I
bands
mean,
on stage?
I don't know if I know them or I don't know them, but I try to connect with them somehow,
Right.
some way, definitely. And it definitely is better when you know them, no question about it. And because you know the connection, you feel it. And I just think that the energy itself, that whole energy, when you hear live music like pounding through you, especially, it depends. It doesn't matter what genre it is, really. When you hear the live music, that alone lifts you.
Yeah.
Uh, it just lifts your whole being. And so, you know, I'm, I so miss it. So I'm anxious to go. Like when I was a kid, I used to go to the bars every weekend and see bands.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that starts again because there's a lot of music out there that people need to hear.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I find music is healing. A lot of us have been through hell in the last 2 years. It's been difficult for a lot of people, and getting back to that, getting back to the stage and hearing live music and stuff like that. Like I'm expecting to see a lot of people change once live music is a thing again.
Yeah.
And kind of get back into their groove and have life be more exciting and stuff like that because we've all just been doing nothing. Well, I mean, I've been writing like crazy, and I know that you've been super busy with your album and stuff like that, and um,
Well,
traveling and whatnot.
but
So,
but
you
people
know,
have I've noticed, like especially in Toronto, people have gotten a little more chill. They're not as warm as what they used to be,
yeah,
and I think that music can really change people to feeling warmer for sure, no
yeah,
question. And it's your mindset, your own mindset. You have to really be aware, self-aware of the vibe you're giving off, and try and be thoughtful and kind to other people.
no, I agree with that. Just make sure my volume's all the way up. So no, I completely agree with that. So on top of writing this album, what else have you been up to? Where have you been? You know,
Well,
what have you been doing behind the scenes?
well, not too much. I've been chilling like everyone else, like in this lockdown pandemic stuff, like I released an album in 2020
Right?
and haven't been able to perform anything live with that album either. So, I'm anxious to get back and doing it. And so, there takes a lot of planning and stuff, and then that's where I'm at right now, the planning
Hmm.
stages to make it all happen, and you know, different other things to make it happen. And so I'm optimistic, and I'm excited because I think this is it. I think we're going to open up, and I think the numbers will fluctuate a little bit, but I think we're just about done with this, and
Yeah.
and we can really make plans.
Well, I think at this point, like I try to be careful about how I speak my opinion when I'm live. But I think at this point we've all been exposed at this point.
Yeah,
Everybody has had something or another, or our immunities are good, or somebody's been vaxxed, or whatever it is. And I think that we're at the point where we can make the decision of whether or not we want to venture out into the world and risk it or stay home. You know,
and try not to be so judgmental. I mean, wow. Everybody's
crazy,
like,
eh?
like, should I say this or should I not? Like,
You say whatever you want, darling.
no, I know. That's it though, right? That's where you're self doubt yourself. You know
Yep.
what I mean? You're like, what should I say? I don't want to get, dragged through the coals over
Yep.
saying something, because it's everybody is now so judgmental. I think that's what really COVID's really done to people, and that being so judgmental really isolates everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody has their bubble, their few
Yeah.
people, and
Yeah.
that's it,
Yeah.
right? And that's got to change, man.
I,
I mean, how can you live like that? You know?
well, I mean, like, okay, I'll say this out loud. And I mean, people know my opinion. I know it's scary, right? People know my opinion. But like, I mean, I've got an autoimmune disease, and I've had some heart attacks and stuff. But I think love and hugs is what has, like, I've not had a cold, I have not had a sniffle, nothing in the last 2 years. And I've hugged people that have hugged people that have hugged other people that have hugged other people. And
Yeah.
I've been okay with it because I've loved everybody all the way through. I mean, obviously, I take care of my immune system, and I've done the things I need to take precautions and stuff like that. Not to say that I've been careless or anything like that, but when I got sick, I asked myself, if you were to wake up dead tomorrow, would today be worth it? So I just make every single day worth it. And if I hug someone, great. And if I catch a cold, that's okay. And if, something happens, it is what it is. You
Yeah.
just get through it as best you can. And we're all trying to cope, and it's difficult. And like you say, a lot of people have been judgmental, even just that statement about hugging people, I was nervous about saying, because you don't know.
I know it's crazy. I
Hmm.
know it is crazy, but enough's enough. Enough's enough. And
I agree.
I like to let my immune system take over now.
Me too.
And deal with it. Like, I mean,
Yep.
I think I've had it. I think I've had it, but I don't know. But I
Yep.
think everybody might have had it. I don't know. But I'm healthier than I've ever been in my life.
Me
So
too.
it's never, nothing's really affected me the whole time.
No, no,
So
me neither. So, I mean, I guess we're
I've
two of
had,
the lucky ones.
yeah, and I've had tests come back negative. Everything's
Yeah,
negative, all negative, always negative. So,
yeah.
uh,
Well, that's good. That's good.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, well, I mean, it's difficult. We literally are divided because of it. Some people think one way, some people think the other way, and I think it's just a matter of self-governing and being respectful that people want to self-govern on getting through this.
Yeah.
You know. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
and
good on you
you
that
know,
you haven't been sick yet. And me
but
either, you know?
but you know, the way the government went at it, they really scared people, and you can't, you know, blame people if they're scared. I mean, like
No,
all
no,
you can
not at
do
all.
is, you know, is try and understand their way they're thinking.
Yeah,
You know, it's you know, we've been hearing it every day for 2 years. You know, I mean, numbers and this and that.
yeah,
And ugh,
yeah. I shut
enough.
off my TV 2 years ago. I swear I did.
No,
I did. For almost 5 years, I didn't have a TV, and we didn't have a couch either. We were out living our lives. You
yep,
know, if I have a couch, I have an excuse to sit down. If I don't, then I'm out and about and I'm living, you
yep.
know, and enjoying things. And we'll call it 3 years that I didn't have a couch. But now, you know, our family has grown a little bit, and there's six of us instead of three of us. So it is nice for all of us to sit on the couch every once in a while and
There you
catch a
go.
flick or whatever it is that we're doing. I try not to sit on it too much, but
Yeah, for sure. You know, you
so
got to keep moving though. That's the whole
yeah,
thing. Got to
yeah,
keep
absolutely, absolutely.
and yeah. So um, you know, I'm having fun. You know.
Good. That's awesome. Yeah, every time I talk to you, you're always just so upbeat and yeah, laid back at the same time. You
Yeah.
know,
Well.
like you're ready for anything, but you're just so calm and collected. Like I admire that about you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Well, you
absolutely.
know, life teaches you certain things. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes and learned a lot,
Hmm.
and I guess that's what makes you wise. I guess, so to speak. Not
Yeah.
to say that I am, but I've
Well, I
learned
mean,
a lot of lessons. I'll tell you that much. And
well, that,
it's
uh,
funny, you know, my second album I released in 2020 before
right?
COVID hit and everything, called "I Believe in Love," and
Yes.
I really think that that's what I can't believe the timing, you know, because it's really so necessary now. And you know, the album goes from hate to love, but the whole message is, you know, that, you know, love conquers all, basically. And if we can get back there and love each other like we need to, you know, I just can't believe, you know, the timing of that album. It's bizarre for me, but it is what it is, you know. But we really truly do need love in this world right now.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Somebody once said to me, everything happens in perfect timing.
mm,
And I never let that go. And life is a lot easier ever since that was said to me. You
mhm.
know, if something happens that you know, like, oh, I wish that hadn't happened, or why is this happening now, or what? Well, it's happening now, and you might not know why now, but it's happening for a reason now, and it's not poor timing or anything like that. The universe knows, and the universe provides when it's supposed to. You
Yeah, for
know,
sure.
and there's those of us that trust it. You know, and like you, which is why your albums come out at the times that they do and they sound the way I do or the way they do. And um, you know, the talent that you have stacked to the ceiling. I won't say any more than that, but holy shit, you have some talent on this next album.
Yeah,
Like it all comes together the way it's supposed to when it's supposed to, you know, and we, I think because we know we're universal, things like that happen for people like you and happen for people. And it's a beautiful thing, you
well,
know?
the truth of the matter is, really, quite frankly, Amy and I made that happen. You know, like
Yeah.
that's the thing. You have to make it happen for yourself. You have to. And it's not about, you know, hey, being successful or famous or anything like that. It's about your journey. You have to
Yeah.
appreciate every moment. You know, and meeting people is what we like to do best, and then collaborating. I love collaborating, and I was very fortunate to collaborate with some cool people, and I have been all along. Even on my first album with Kelly J and Tom Wilson, and you know, my father, and
Yeah.
you know,
A legend.
a whole pile of other people. You know, and then the second album with Greg Gonovitz and Eddie Kramer and Michael Weckerly and Dale Harrison and Dan Fila and
Just keep going.
I can keep going.
Just
There's so
keep
many.
going. And then we'll bring it right back to the first person you mentioned, which was your wife. So you
right.
just, you know,
Because they were all made with love, really. And people respond differently. And I say in one song that I just wrote about how "Won't You Tell Me," and the song's called, and I think it's going to be a single. I'm not sure yet, but it's about like you ask the questions and you're not sure about the answers, and then when you realize what the answers are and how truthful they are, then you go, I don't need to ask anymore. I already know.
yep,
And and um and I think that's what I said, like in the one line I said, life is love, love must always grow. And then real friends make you rise, others come and go. That's it. It's that simple. And it's
yeah,
true.
and powerful.
It's true. It's really true. And if you think about it, it's really true. Real
Hmm.
friends do make you rise. Others, some friends, they become jealous and they hate on you, and,
Yep,
or they just, not sure what to say, But real friends, know that, you still need support. You still need everybody's help and everybody's encouragement and things like that. But, um, you know, just making you rise. You can count your real friends in one hand, I believe. And we're back to that. Everybody's in their own bubble, but
hmm,
it doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? But some people, it's about choices as well. And I just don't have time for negativity. I'm all about
hmm,
positive and moving forward and never looking back.
yeah,
Basically.
yeah. No,
So
I can identify with that, definitely.
yeah. So
Definitely. I always say to, I don't have time for people that have time. And not to say that I don't have time for people that aren't doing anything. But I would much rather be immersed with those people that are getting up at 5 a.m. and running after their dreams and grabbing them and making them real, you know,
I mean,
instead of the people that are watching us do that, so to speak.
and it takes a lot of hats, like if you don't have a team, you're doing it yourself. I mean, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of hats. But you just got to learn
Yep,
how to navigate through things and reach
yep,
out, and don't be afraid to reach out to anybody. And
yep,
you'd be surprised, if you can get through one way or another, you will. And then shit happens. But like, you got to make that happen, man. I mean, there's going to be a lot of doors slammed in your face, so get used to that.
yep.
But I mean, don't let that stop you.
Um, one of my favorite headstones lines is one door closes and 24 more open, or 25 doors close and 25 more open. It's from Three Angels,
Yeah,
and it's a true statement. It just it kind of just backs up what you just said. Like you have doors open for you, but if you don't open the first door, those other doors aren't going to open for you.
that's right. That's
You
right.
know, and I prefer open doors versus closed doors, whether I open them or somebody else does. It's about walking through them.
And
And you
and
you have done that. You walk through every door that opens for you, and your wife as well. But let's bring her up for a little bit, because she really has had a lot to do with how you've gotten to where you are.
well, she's inspired two albums. I can honestly say that.
Yeah,
Um, I have amazing Amy Zing, as in AMY Zing, tattooed on my arm
that's
because
amazing.
because she is just that. She's Amy Zing, and like, just the way she thinks and the way she is so different from what I've ever been used to, and that's what's so refreshing. But at the same time, I'm learning. I'm still learning. I'm learning so much from her.
Yeah,
She's just like unbelievable. She wrote a book. Now she's writing another book. She's a writer, producer, feature film and television. She's an entrepreneur. She's health and wellness guru. Like, I mean, she brought spinning to Canada. Like, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And it speaks volumes to her journey, and like, that's
yeah,
why she's so exciting and full of energy. And it's like, Oh man, I just love it because I'm pretty much the same way. Only
Yes.
now together we're even better, you know. And
Yeah.
and yeah, so I married her because I love her so much, and she treats me so well, and I treat her so well, and we're just, we're in this. We realize we're in this together, and that's when I wrote the first song called "Head On." Um,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's such a great tune. Such a
and
great song.
thank you, and that's about us, and
Yep.
that's how we
Oh,
carry
there's no doubt
ourselves.
about that listening to it.
Yeah, so that's it in a nutshell. Like we make each other rise, and I think that's what, and we have fun, and I think that's what really life is all about.
Yeah.
In a partner, that's what it should be.
Yeah.
And
You
I
two
never
complement each other.
I never experienced that before in my life, and when I met Amy and I experienced it, amazing. My life changed, and I mean, like I said, we make each other rise.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you two very, very much do complement each other very well. And it's a blessing when you find that.
I'm so grateful.
Especially because so many of us go through so many things that we think are what we want, and then what we want walks through the door, and it's like nothing you've ever experienced before,
Yeah,
and you guys, I don't know, um, I haven't met Amy yet, and I'm hoping to very soon.
yeah,
And I'm
for
kind of
sure.
excited about it. I'm actually really excited about it, to be honest. But you guys just seem to have that energy. You like you say, you make each other rise. You complement each other very well. But you positively push each other to do what you guys love to do, and without knowing you guys personally, that's noticeable,
Mm.
and that speaks volumes, for both of you as individual human beings and as a couple, that you have the ability to just see through everything and do that. That's amazing.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
like, I mean, it's about choices, and you can choose to see things one way, or you can choose to see things another. And I'd rather look at the glass half full and look at the good in people and
Yeah.
everyone, and be non-judgmental, and just try and and it's easy with Amy, and she's so funny and adorable. So as soon as you meet her, you fall in love with her. So I mean, the next thing you know, you're laughing, everybody's howling because she's so funny. So and she just has that way about her, and like I kind of like back her place, or she'll back mine,
Yeah.
and you own the room. It's just like a powerful feeling, one we love.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. It's nice when you find, um it's nice when you find that connection, that puzzle piece,
It's just
that
it's
fits perfectly with you,
well,
you know.
it took me a long time, let me tell you.
Hmm.
And but it's that's what I mean. You never know, you know what I mean? It could be just around the corner, it could be a while away, but it's
Yeah.
there for you. It's just a matter of you being able to find it, open
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so you were in the States recently, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, where are you based out of? All right, like I know you're in Canada, but are you based out of the States, or are you based out of here, out of Canada?
Toronto.
Okay, perfect. Right on. See, I thought I had asked you that question before. That might be a repeat question, to be honest with you. But
Well, the thing is, Amy has family in the States, so
okay.
that's why we go there a lot. So,
Okay. Okay. I wasn't entirely sure about that. So I
yeah.
figured
Well, we didn't go for the longest time in COVID.
right.
We didn't go, so we never saw our family for quite a while.
Yeah.
So we went, and then we came back, and
Yeah. So
now we're here,
um
Toronto.
how that's awesome. That's awesome. I took my daughters to Toronto last month for the first time. It was the first time I had been there since all of this had started, and I grew up there. And it was very different. Like you said, people are a lot more chill than they used to be, and not in the laid back way.
Yeah.
It was still the same city, but it was very different to
Yeah.
be in.
The vibes totally changed here.
Yes.
Amy and I are not digging it, quite frankly.
No, no, I don't imagine. I know quite a few people, quite a few actually musicians and artists that have moved out of Toronto.
Yeah.
So that must say something about the vibe, because Toronto is like our New York when it comes to where you go to find, the music or find the movies or whatever. I mean, if you're not on the West Coast anyway,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're not out in British Columbia, Toronto's the spot to be. And
Yeah.
I sat quiet for a little while after I released my last book, and I kind of just watched what was going on. And a lot of people have migrated in other areas out
Yeah.
of Toronto,
Yes.
because of the things that have gone on. Now, I know there's a lot of venues that are still going, just barely, but
Yeah.
there was also a lot of venues that we lost in the last couple of years, and I think that there's a possibility that might have had something to do with it.
I
You
know.
know,
It's crazy, it really is. Um, I don't know, it's really weird because when bars stop when you stop being allowed to smoke and in bars and
right,
and everybody's worried about drinking and driving, which they should be, of course.
right,
But when they really get serious about it, that's when I think everybody stopped going to bars, it seemed like. And then like that's been like a curve that's been going on. And I'd like to see that come back. And it's funny because Amy and I we went to this place called Sagebrush Cantina in Calabasas, and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon they have a live band, and it goes from noon till midnight. Live bands and dancing, and the place is packed every
oh, that's awesome.
yeah, and it's like so much fun. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what we really need is music and dancing and fun. Like that's really what I think people need to be turned on to again. Like, and you don't have to drink your face off anymore to have
Yep,
fun. You know what I mean? But like you can be responsible and still have fun, and like there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it, and I think that's what we should get back to, something like that. Because I don't think people are into staying out till 2 o'clock in the morning anymore these days. I don't know. It's a
no,
tough one, right? I
yeah,
mean, some people
yeah.
do, but I mean, like it's not like it used to be.
I I found, I don't drink. I haven't drank in almost 14 years. So I find that by midnight, I'm okay with the band being done. you
Yeah,
know, I'm okay with starting at 7 o'clock in the evening.
yeah,
It's a lot different now versus then. But I also didn't like being out till midnight when I was a drinker either, or 2 a.m. I mean, I did,
yeah,
but the atmosphere was a little bit different, and the enjoyment of the music is different.
yeah,
I think the appreciation for thank you. The appreciation for what you're listening to is different, and I think you're right. When we couldn't smoke in bars anymore, that definitely changed the way the scene worked.
yeah,
And there's some venues that are just dedicated to music, versus being a bar that has live music.
yeah,
And I find myself, I don't know. I don't know if I'm more comfortable in one or the other. I think it's just, wherever the stage is where I'm happy.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
But midnight is good enough for me now. Like you say, 2 a.m. it's just too much now.
I know, I know, I know.
You
A
know.
sign of
So
the times, sign of the times, I guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're definitely dating ourselves. I suppose when it comes to that. I always say now, like I've been going to shows for years, and I've earned my right to stand at the back and quietly watch the band. And I
Yeah.
never ever thought I'd get to this point. I always thought I'd be in the pit for the rest of my life, which I still do jump into every once in a while. But I've definitely earned my right to stand in the back, you know.
Awesome.
So,
Well,
so sorry,
well,
go ahead.
well, well, I just wanted to sum it up. Basically, what I'm going to be doing for the next little while, I'm
Okay,
going to try and do a couple of videos over the summertime with some cool people that I've met up with. So that should be interesting. And
okay.
and then hopefully, if everything goes well, um, my new album I will release in the fall.
Awesome. Please, please keep me posted on everything that you are up to,
I
please.
definitely will. Definitely will. And
I
thank you so much for having me on, Amanda. It's really fun.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I was speaking with my I don't know if he's still my podcasting partner. I don't want to call him my ex-podcasting partner because that sounds like terrible. But I was talking to TJ today,
TJ. Okay, yeah,
and he mentioned that you're taking a walk over to the boneyard at 9 p.m. tonight.
that's correct. Actually,
That's
you're right.
fantastic. So Janice Murphy, she's a promoter out of Toronto, wonderful woman. She just said she was really sorry that she missed this, and she gets an opportunity to see you at 9 p.m.
There you go.
So that's fantastic. And my friend Walter, he is the concert hopping legend. I high-fived this man over 100 times at different shows over the last 20 years before I stopped and went, "Hey, what's your name?" And then he became one of my best friends.
That's awesome.
So he's popped in and he's watching. He's probably seen you live. I'm sure he has. And if he hasn't, I'm sure after this conversation, he'll be picking up a ticket to see you.
Awesome.
So yeah, so please keep me posted. I certainly would love to schedule something to talk to Amy, and I would love to talk to the two of you at the same time. To
Yeah,
be
yeah.
honest with you, I think that would be a fun, loving interview. I think it would be just awesome to talk to the two of you. Um,
Just reach out to Amy and make it happen. I'm there.
I will certainly. I will. I'll locate her on Facebook, and we'll get chatting, and we'll see what we can come up with.
There you go.
And yeah, like all the best interviews are always shorter than not, like
Yeah,
I try to just stop at the perfect moment so people want more.
that's
So
it. That's
aside
it.
from the boneyard, what do you got going on for interviews, anything like that in the next couple of weeks, couple of months? Are you going to be appearing anywhere else for podcasts and interviews?
Well, it just happens, you know. I do them sporadically.
Okay,
I just did one in New Jersey with Kelvin Schwartz. Man, that guy is really cool.
right on.
He's an older gentleman, but he is so intelligent. It's like he asked all the right questions, and I was just like
Beauty.
blown away. So that was cool. And you know, like I try and do these as many as I can. You know, keep everybody up to date as to what is going on with Tommy Gun, and also you know keep a bit of mystique because you know, like I
Right.
said, I haven't played in a while, and when I do play very soon it's going to be something never seen before. I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's probably a show that I will push my way to the front for.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. I do prefer the back, but like I said, when it comes to musicians I know personally, I like the electricity of the front. I like the electricity of the crowd, the band, everything that's going on. So you certainly will see me front row for your first next show.
All right. I can't wait.
So yeah, so I'm super excited. And I know that you've only got an hour and 15 minutes between myself and TJ. So
Yeah.
is there anything else you want to tell the world before we cut this off?
Just, you know, try and be mindful and thoughtful of other human beings and be kind. You know, like it's such a better outcome and for
Mhm.
both. And so that's what I should try and that's what guess what the message I would my last message would be.
Beautiful.
Be
That's
kind,
fantastic.
peace, love, you know, smoke a fatty, you know.
That's why we're friends.
That's it, you know.
Well, my dear, on that note, I'm so, so grateful that you were one of my first interviews back, because
All
it was
right.
almost a year in between interviews. Had Johnny Nocash come on the show. What a blast that man is. If you get the chance, check him out on YouTube. He's
I will.
podcasting all over the country. He's living in his van right now. You
Wow.
guys would get
That's cool.
along so well. You guys would get along so well.
Introduce
Um,
me. I'll definitely
I
talk to him.
certainly will. I
Yeah, you
certainly
can.
will. You guys would have a blast together.
All right.
Definitely. You know, and yeah, we will keep in touch. We'll keep you on the show. And
Definitely.
I'm just so grateful. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
so much
Amanda.
for this.
All right.
Awesome.
Take care.
Okay,
Eh?
I'm going to cut it off and I'll meet you backstage before we send you off.